Uh, Patrimonialism is a notion, is a term I had never heard before until this second Trump administration, but it's an old term. It's one that was created over 100 years ago by Max Weber out of Germany, a theologian, a philosopher, a lawyer, and it overlaps with authoritarianism, but it's very different in some ways, particularly in that patrimonialism and the modern examples why we don't really know about it is because it's mostly in Africa. And the reality is, come on, the United States doesn't pay that much attention to Africa. And African countries, not like more modern countries or ones where you go vacation to. So we don't particularly hear about it, or it's historic going back thousands of years. It's very much based on loyalty and rewarding those who are loyal around. It's very much based on you don't have to not criticize your peers, right? We keep seeing how one cabinet member in the Trump administration is attacking another cabinet member, that the chief of staff recently did it to a number of people, or you see MAGA influencers, Laura Loomer, I'm trying, Bannon, um, all these others, people I don't like to mention, who they are just vilifying one another, and you're like, what is going on? That's actually normal. What they don't generally do is criticize the president or whomever the person is that the patrimony is extending to. And obviously, these are generalizations. There are always some exceptions people can point to. They are afraid of, rather than creating the deep state, right? Nazis had, the Stasi and the under secret police. So did the Stalin, the SS. So did Stalin. It was the secretive part of the government that they controlled and used to wield power in a very physical and damning way, harmful way. The MAGA movement doesn't like that. They are scared of the deep state. You always hear them extolling against the deep state because patrimonialists prefer chaos. Chaos allows them to reign without anyone being overseeing them. And for the rule of law, Trump has undermined that. He's fired many of the inspector generals. They criticize judges, Republican and Democrat appointed judges. Anyone who rules against them, they criticize and ridicule, taunt, seek to intimidate. They have gone after lawyers and law firm, myself included. As you know, I had a nice victory.
I was going to bring that up, but since you brought it up first, go ahead.
A late Hanukkah, early Christmas present. I think it was actually on the 24th, where finally, after 6 months, a federal judge ruled in my favor in my lawsuit against the Trump administration regarding my security clearance, that it was revoked, taken from me, stripped from me without any due process whatsoever, because I was seen as a political adversary, not because of who I am, because I'm not politically active at all. I'm a registered independent, always have been. I'm not a fan of politics as to how the system has transformed into what is not a favorable system. It's just not a favorable system any longer. And it's because I represented clients who were adverse to the president. I've done that my entire career, 30 plus years. Never had an issue with it. Was generally either vilified or respected for what I, at different times, depending on who was in power, vilified by those in power. And then when they were out of power, respected because they hired me. And it went back and forth. It was never personal. Trump administration makes this personal. He's attacked multiple law firms. Several have capitulated. Thankfully, several have fought back. All got injunctions. I got an injunction. He's taken more than 100 people's security clearances away without due process. I'm going to be filing a lawsuit on behalf of a number of clients who have faced a similar situation as I have. The tariffs, the use of the tariffs, where The legislative branch is supposed to be taking care of it, putting troops in to states. He's lost those battles. He has lost about 65%, 70% of the cases that he has brought as an administration so far.